Hello, hello, and welcome to I don't even know what I'm going to call this. I'm the unique unicorn, and I'm going to try to make this quick because I know when I watch videos and everybody's yak, 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 yak at the beginning, I'm like, get to the point. So I'm going to try to do that. But here's basically the gist of it. I kind of been through hell and back over the last few years, and through that, I have turned the pain, I've transmuted it or alchemized it or shifted it into internal healing. And along that journey, I've learned a lot about self-love. I've learned how to trust myself. I've learned that I cannot control what's going on around me, but I can always control my response. That's just where I'm at right now, always growing. The last couple months, though, I had started watching tarot readers on YouTube, and I was fascinated with the cards because the artistry, the artwork on the cards were fascinating. And I realized if I bought a box of tarot cards, it was like buying a bunch of mini pieces of artwork. At the same time I was doing that, the tarot readers will have crystals laid out. And I loved how they held them. I loved how they looked. And I started reading up on them. I started buying them. And guys, in 2 months' time, you can't see all of them, but there's a lot of freaking stones here, okay? So I'm fascinated. I also love to tell stories. So I'm not a tarot reader. So if you're here for that, leave, because I don't know how to do that. But I love to tell stories. And so what I've decided to do is tell stories. I'm going to pick a card. I'm going to select. I love to match the colors of the cards to the stones. And then I'm going to tell a little story. So first off, I'm going to ring my little yes, I got a singing bowl. Okay, so the deck that I pulled a card from is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle cards. Now, normally what I think I'm going to do is just pull a card and actually pull it on while I'm recording. But I pulled this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select stones that kind of coordinate with the color of the card. Listen, there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying it. So if you'd like to watch it, cool. If not, sayonara. Okay. So I'm going to come over here to my crystals. And I got a little ghetto hook up here with the camera. I don't know how to move it or focus. This is beginner level, honey. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing is tiger's eye, pyramid, beautiful. Can you see that? Okay. Tiger's eye. And I got these. I don't know if you can see it. It's a dragon. Tiger's eye. Sweet as hell. And a tiger. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you what's on the card. What I'm also going to do, and you guys can tell me if you like this or not, but I'm going to read what's on the card just because I love the little stories that come with it. Then I'm going to make up my own story, okay? So where's the book? Little music playing or something because I lost oh, here it is. Okay. So this says Ananuki Light Codes. And it says energetic shift, new information, and end of a cycle. So I'm going to go to the little book. It's all cute. Okay. Oh. One moment, please. Elevator music. Okay. Anunnaki light codes. The Anunnaki are a race of cosmic light beings who have been coming to Earth since ancient times. I think I'm going to make this like a story time channel or little recording. The Sumerians and Babylonians acknowledged them as the deities who govern the space between the worlds. The divine leader of this incredible race is the goddess Ishtar, a powerful figure similar to the Egyptian goddess Isis. The Anunnaki have taken many forms throughout the ages. They have an angelic warrior-like quality and have appeared with wings, sometimes up to 4, and with an elongated head and face similar to that of an eagle. When the Anunnaki appear, it's important to know they are heavenly allies supporting our healing and ascension. In the distant past, they visited the Atlantean civilization and helped those who were aligned with the spiritual path to ascend to the next dimension, so that they could have the wheel of karma. They acted as divine judges, deciding who could ascend and who had to be left behind for the growth of their soul. Those who had abused their powers, had not honored the divine, or valued the great gift of life they had been given, had to remain for the cataclysmic ending of their civilization. Damn. For that reason, some people who have had Atlantean incarnations may fear the Anunnaki, but be assured that they are beings of infinite light working for Source. Now, the message. Great change is coming to you, but this can only occur if you're willing to shift your perception. Ooh, I love it. You may be experiencing resistance to change, but please know this is simply fear of the new, not intuition. If you're wondering what is the best course of action, the Anunnaki are encouraging you to go with the new. Old systems, old ways of being, and old ways of doing things must be released if you are to evolve. Change can bring a sense of vulnerability, but will allow you to make a deeper connection to your feelings, gifts, and what is important to you. You are standing at a gateway of pure potential that will be ignited as soon as you move through the necessary change. Be open to new information, new processes, and new ideas. You are part of the new energy upon the earth. Again, I'll show you the card. Is it backwards or is it straight? Oh, Lord. Anyway, okay. So now I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to make up a story. So this is off the cuff. So let's just see how it goes. Once upon a time, there was a land far away that our telescopes can't see. And we actually didn't even know about this planet. But oddly enough, it's just like Earth, except there's no people. It's all different animals, different species. Anything that's not a human is on this planet. Now, on this planet live the Anunnaki, okay? But here's the thing. The Anunnaki live amongst the different species of animals. And the animals don't know it because when the Anunnaki are looked upon, they reflect back the actual image of whoever's looking at them. So if they're amongst the lions and the tigers, they look like another lion or tiger. They look like one of the crew. If they're mixed in with the dragons or the unicorns. Yeah, I said unicorns and dragons. For those of you that believe, for those of you that don't, it's okay. This is a fiction story. It's all good. Just relax. But whatever they would look at, the Anunnaki, I don't know if I'm saying that right, would look back and it would be a reflection. Okay, now, what happened is a very dangerous storm came across the land. And they had pyramids. Maybe the Anunnaki built them, but the animals didn't ask. Who cared? They didn't know. They just knew that when there were bad storms, they could go into the pyramids. But there was one catch. All Anunnaki were told, don't ever go in the pyramid. If you do, your true identity will be revealed. Well, the storm came, and the different animals, kind of like how the animals got on the ark, but it wasn't just two, it was all the animals that went into the various pyramids. Not thinking, just in a panic to get to shelter, because this storm came like that. Many of the Anunnaki ran into the pyramids with their people. But unfortunately, and here's the reason why they weren't allowed to go in there, when they were revealed or exposed as the Anunnaki, and not the dragon or the lion or the horse, you can imagine the shock that came across the animals. What the hell is it? Who are you? What? You know, it was a state of, here's the unknown, here's something showing up amongst us that's completely different, that we thought was one of us all this time, and we're trapped in this small space because there's a storm outside. We can't run. We don't know what to do. And there was one Anunnaki that made this sound that was so angelic and so beautiful, that when it made this sound, everyone calmed down. I forgot to tell you, the animals could talk. So I don't know if they knew English or Spanish or Japanese. I don't know what they knew, but I'm just talking from the story. The Anunnaki said, "Why must you fear something that is different than you, something that looks unlike you?" And then someone, shouted, or one of the animals shouted, "Well, you've deceived us. You've been amongst us all this time and you're not really one of us." And the Anunnaki said, "But I am one of you. What you've just experienced is a different perception of who I am. And is actually experience a different perception of something, is that bad? Is that wrong? Is that going to hurt you? Can it benefit you? What's really going on? I apologize that we didn't reveal ourselves, but this is the very reason we kept to ourselves. And we merely, I kicked the lamp. We merely showed ourselves as a reflection of you because we want to be amongst you. We want to live with you. We want to be a part of your community. But we've always been afraid, which is why we've always been told, don't ever reveal your true self. But now that the situation has happened, can we all just get along? I think, was that Rodney King back in the day? Anyway, everyone was quiet. And one of the dragons spoke and said, "You are exactly right. How dare we judge you for being different than us?" And from that day forward, the Anunnaki revealed their true selves, and they lived amongst the species, and they were appreciated for their uniqueness, for their differences. And they lived happily ever after. Now, the moral of the story is this, because I have to tell a moral. Two things. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's Wayne Dyer. when they changed the way they saw someone who was amongst them, but saw them for who they really were, it shifted their whole perception, because now they've learned something new. They can embrace a new species. They can learn of their ways. They can learn how they do that reflection stuff. I mean, it just opened up all these doors. So you see, perception, my friends, perception can make all the difference in the situations of life that you face. Now, I'm going to cut this off because I can get to talking a long time, but I want you to think about a situation right now that is weighing heavy on your mind. And I want you to think, what's another way I could look at this? Whether it makes sense, whether it's doable or possible in your limited thinking, and I don't mean that against you, but I mean, as humans, we don't even use our full capacity of our brain. But I want you to think, what if I shifted my perspective? I'm going to tell you an example real quick. At work, I've been having trouble with my eyes, and it's been freaking me out a little bit. And I did go to the eye doctor today, but before I went to the eye doctor, the last couple of days I've been freaking out, but I told myself today, what if my eyes aren't getting worse? What if they're actually getting better? I mean, I've been exercising and eating right. And I know you're going to say, oh, come on, unique unicorn. You can't change your eyesight because of what you eat. I don't care about that. And that's what I want you to understand. It's not about whether it's realistic or if you've never heard of it before. If you shift your perspective, then you can reverse engineer, something that might, wait a minute, you're eating, change your eyesight? That doesn't sound right. Okay, so I went to the doctor. Actually, my vision did get better. I won't go into technical difficulties of it, but in my glasses, there was a change, an adjustment that was for the better. There was no explanation. So do you see, it doesn't really matter what I told myself. The fact that I shifted my perspective, and even if it hadn't changed when I went there, the very idea of not seeing it as negative, oh, my eyes are going bad, but maybe there's something else going on. Maybe the eyes are getting better and I just need my glasses shifted. Do you see how that can make you feel better? I went from being nervous and scared and thinking I wasn't going to be able to work anymore to, wow, maybe it's just a simple change in my prescription that I need. And that's what it ended up being. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is just the first one. Oh my God, it's 18 minutes. Is anyone going to watch it that long? Okay, I don't know, but yeah. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. I'm doing this because I've learned a long time ago from an influencer, post for yourself, not for the likes. And so I am posting because I love telling stories and I love my crystals and I love the art of the cards and I just want to share it with people. Peace.